Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tom and we're going to talk about the Enneagram and gender. So let's get into this. Just a reminder, in the description below is a link to my website, tomlahue.com. I do Enneagram coaching to help you get back in the game, get back motivated and see what your motivations are and balanced and healthy and all that in your relationships. I'm here for you. I also have a lot of different courses that are available that you can take live on Zoom with me, or many of them are on demand. I'd love for you to sign up and continue to grow and learn. Okay, so let's talk about this issue of gender. So this came to me as a question. Somebody texted me, they said, hey Tom, is there any difference in the way an Enneagram type shows up based on whether they're male or female? Now, quite honestly, in all the reading I've done, I've never really come across anybody who talks about this. I think I remember Susan Stabile saying at one point, whether it was in a book or a lecture or something, about the Enneagram type 8 female may be the most misunderstood person on the Enneagram. Because, you know, 8s are strong, dominant, powerful, and that often gets appreciated in men as being assertive and leaders and decision makers. But then it can be, seen as not a positive thing for females. Oh, they're just, hard to get along with and being difficult and being challenging. And you may find as an 8 female that you find a lot of resistance and people misunderstanding you. I did a post on my Instagram page about, is there a difference between type 8 men, type 8 females, or type 8 women? And if you haven't gone to my Instagram page, please like my page or follow my page or whatever you do with Instagram. I've been working to trying harder to make Instagram and Facebook more relevant. But anyway, okay, besides that, I think that I don't really know the answer to this question. That's probably the best answer I can give. But it's something that maybe we should think about. Is there a difference in the way people show up as their Enneagram type based on their gender? Gender is a big topic right now in our culture, and I get it, it's important and all that, but to me, I don't think it's the most important thing about identifying who a person is. I mean, for example, if one of my kids went to summer camp and they made a friend, and they started to tell me about that friend, yeah, that they're a boy or a girl, that's important, but to me, as an Enneagram person, it's so much more important when they tell me, oh yeah, my friend is a social one-wing 2. Then I'm like, oh yeah, well now I got a picture in my head of who that person is. Like, that tells me so much more about who a person is, what they're like, their identity. It tells me so much more than whether they're a guy or a girl. It's important that they're a guy or a girl, but in terms of me understanding this person, it's so much more helpful when I understand their Enneagram type, okay? Or they say, oh, it's an unhealthy 7. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that looks like, okay. That to me is more relevant than whether they're male or female. So this is an interesting question, and this would be my first thought on this, is society kind of has expectations or norms that we put on males and females. Whether they're right or wrong, I'm not advocating for any of that. That's not what this video is about. It's not saying this is the way men should be viewed, this is the way women should view. I'm just saying that I believe that whatever society you're in, they're going to have certain cultural norms or expectations that are placed on us as to this is what a guy is supposed to be and this is what a girl is supposed to be. I'm not saying they're right or wrong, so don't send me a bunch of hate mail because I'm not into that, all right? But I would say that traditionally, men are supposed to be strong, they're providers, they're the decision makers, they're emotionally non-expressant, they rub dirt on it and keep going, they don't cry, they're not emotionally available, they're not supposed to be silly, they're supposed to be problem solvers who are seen as independent, they're protectors, they work outside the home, and they go kill deer and they bring it home and they take care of their family, okay? So there's kind of the social norms for men. Well, you can see that like type 8, they're going to fit right into that. People are going to applaud an 8 male who's doing all those things, at least historically. Maybe not in every every group in society, but historically, you know, men 8, okay, that's exactly what we expect them to be. Go out there and be powerful and strong and dominant and don't take nothing from anybody. But how does a female 8, you know, show up in this world? Because what are the society norms for females? Okay, well, it has historically been that they need somebody to take care of them. Now, again, don't send me hate mail. I got 4 daughters, okay? I want them to be strong, independent, you know, take care of themselves. I want them to have a family if that's what they want, love their family, but I want them to be their own person. All right, this isn't about me and my kids, but what are the societal norms traditionally or historically that women grow up with? Well, you're supposed to be a nurturer. You're supposed to be caregivers. You're supposed to, you know, make space for people and be emotionally available. You're supposed to be submissive. You're supposed to be modest and chaste and pure and what else? Nurturing, and you're delicate. You need somebody to take care of you. And you're supposed to take care of the home while your husband goes out there and, you know, fights dragons and slays giants and takes care of the financial needs. You're here to take care of all of us and make us all feel loved and cared for and be our mommy. Again, I'm not arguing that any of this is the way it should be. That's not what about this video is about. I'm just saying that that's been the historic. Now I realize a lot of movies and a lot of things have pushed back on this, whatever, but that's the historical traditional roles, the traditional norms. Now you can see that, for example, type 2s, when you're a type 2 female, you're exactly what our culture expects you to be. Take care of us, nurture us, love us, emotionally available, emotionally expressive. But what about a type 2 guy? How do they fit into this? How does it affect, you know, those social norms? How does that affect a type 2 male? He's supposed to be strong and dominant and powerful. And I think, you know, maybe that type 2 guy is going to go into service-minded work or helping, you know, taking care of others and whatever. But this is just an interesting topic. And again, I'm not saying I have any answers. I'm not saying that it does affect the way each type shows up. But I think it's something to think about. I'm thinking about 7s, for example. You know, a 7 guy is probably going to be seen as adventurous and exciting and hilarious and daring and, you know, doesn't fit into those. And then you're going to have a 7 female that could be seen as, you know, flaky and flighty and distracted. And so I imagine that that it could be hard sometimes. For example, a 5 male, a type 5 male, he fits right into that societal norm of being stoic and a problem solver and a deep thinker and emotionally unavailable and emotionally detached and independent. But what about a 5 female? What about a type 5 female? You know, who's supposed to be nurturing and a caregiver and available and all that? I can imagine it might be a little difficult for an Enneagram type 5 female sometimes when she doesn't express all of those social norms exactly the way you know, people in her life think that she should. So, interesting topic. It's just, let's just leave it at that. It's interesting. And I don't know that we'll resolve anything, but it's something to think about and something to maybe comment about. Maybe put your comment down and say, yes, as a type whatever your type is, I find it challenging sometimes because people expect me and I don't always fit those expectations, you know, based on my Enneagram type. All right, guys. Well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Be present to life.